You know, I want to certainly commend our representatives from the county board for their focus on fiscal responsibility. For fiscal responsibility, and I do think that what's been proposed tonight in the report is not feasible because it does ask for contributions from the general fund, and I can tell you the city of Highland Park would not, you know, make that sort of contribution right now. You know, our golf course is funded from the enterprise fund. We do have some capital expenditures funded from the general fund, but it was because the course was purchased for stormwater management purposes. So the general public is benefiting from it. But, you know, fiscal responsibility aside, a deal is a deal. We wouldn't even be here if the Forest Preserve District had not taken away the golf course that was there. It's a choice that they made. And that was an income-producing asset. So at that point in time, and maybe people that are on the board weren't there then, that was fiscally irresponsible. And then this hybrid, I believe I would support if we could get to a consensus number and work towards feasibility, because what we have right now with that delta is not feasible, but at least the numbers I've taken out of the last 2 audits, and I still can't find that transfer, I went back into them, shows that this could be funded out of the enterprise fund if we can get it to a reasonable cost. And we're not far apart, right? As you said, we're not far apart, and so I think it's worth it before we send something to the county board to work towards that consensus number and have this be self-supporting, both capital and operations, and then in addition provide the open space that your constituents want. That's the beauty of that. And you know, you got to remember, golf course is open space too. I mean, people will be able to walk on that part of the land during the winter. You know, we don't have long golf seasons here. Most of the time it's winter. And then in the instance of the privatization, if that's the choice of this committee, I do think that some of the stakeholders should have input into that RFP, because you can write an RFP like that, and if you don't, again, provide some parameters that are in the interest of the direct stakeholders, with all due respect to Lake Forest, Lake Bluff, I'm talking about Highland Park, I'm talking about Highwood, the communities that were part of that end of the property. You know, we need to have some input, and we should have discussions about, would you contribute the land, would you provide some sort of financing, because that could be set up to fail. So I would support the hybrid if we can get to a consensus number. I'd support privatization with input.